Hello everybody, I'm Kat the Vet, and today we're going to talk about how to buy a puppy. It's something that can seem really simple, but actually it's very easy to be fooled by backyard breeders and irresponsible breeders and worse, the puppy farmers, and for you to end up buying a dog which actually is really sickly or really poorly or really badly bred. It is not easy to buy a good puppy. I'm going to assume that you've picked what kind of dog or what kind of breed you want. If you haven't and you're still thinking about that, I can recommend the guide that's on the Kennel Club website and also the one on the PDSA website. I'm going to put the links down below so you can read those afterwards. So, you know what kind of dog you want. Where's you going to start? The internet. That's where everybody starts. Of course you're going to get on the internet and you're going to tap something into Google like puppies for sale, or Labradors for sale, or Springer Spaniels, or Yorkie Poos, or whatever it is that you've decided that you'd like. And up is going to come hundreds and hundreds of results. Okay, so how do you start? Well, the first place to start is the Kennel Club website, particularly if you set your heart on a pedigree dog. Yes, I know the Kennel Club have their detractors and they're not perfect, but Kennel Club registered breeders are in the main far and away better than anything else anybody else you will find. Okay, but maybe you don't want a pedigree dog, or the kind of dog you want isn't available on the Kennel Club website for now, so obviously you're going to go to the rest of the internet. Now, the thing to remember is if you want a Cavachon or a Puggle or a Buggle, fine, absolutely fine. I have no problem with you buying one of those dogs, but you're going to have to be even more careful because breeds like that, these designer dogs, these crossbreeds, are really fashionable and fashions come and go. So the people that are breeding those dogs are probably just breeding them for cash, just to sell, which is fine because that's why a lot of people do sell dogs. But it's a popular way of the puppy farmers continuing to churn out product. So if you want one of those dogs, go ahead and buy one of those dogs, but you're going to have to be extra specially careful. Okay, so you're going to get online, you're going to type in, I'd like a Yorkie Wawa, Yorkie Wawas for sale, and up are going to come hundreds of results. They're going to be on Facebook, they're going to be on Gumtree, they're going to be on Pre-Love, they're going to be on Puppies for Us. So how are you going to find a responsible breeder? It's not going to be easy. The other thing you could do is you could talk to your local vets. They may well have breeders on their books of all kinds of different things, and they might know somebody who's pregnant or whatever. It's worth giving them a call. To be fair, we don't always know much about what's going on in the local breeding population. Generally we see the puppies after they've been bought, not before, but your local vets are somewhere to start. And if there is a breeder that they know, they're not going to recommend anyone who's rubbish because they won't approve of what they're doing. And the other place to consider is your local rescue. I mean, I'm going to assume that because this guide is to buying a puppy, you've decided you want to buy a puppy, and I'm not going to lie, rescues don't have a lot of puppies, the vast majority of their dogs are adults, but they do have litters, and it is worth exploring that option because generally those dogs will have been extremely well looked after, really well socialised and properly brought up. They might not have had much to do with the breeding, like the actual mating process in the first place, but they'll have looked after the puppies well while they've been in their care. So, you've spoken to the vet, they haven't gotten on. You've been to the rescue, they haven't gotten on. The internet is your only choice. If you decide to go on Gumtree and have a look, the range is enormous. There are so many puppies. A recent RSPCA report showed that hundreds of thousands of puppies are being bred in the UK every year by unlicensed breeders, and well over 100,000 are being imported from abroad. And the ones that are imported from abroad are bred in hideous puppy farms. Horrible conditions. The bitches are not well looked after, the puppies are not cared for, they're not socialised, then they're packed into vans in tiny little cages, driven halfway across Europe, over the sea and come into the UK. It's incredibly unregulated. Although all dogs that are imported are supposed to be rabies vaccinated and microchipped, a lot of these puppies aren't. So not only are they likely to be very badly bred, very poorly socialised and probably sick anyway, there is the real risk that one of these puppies one of these days is going to bring in rabies. The other thing you'll notice about a huge number of these adverts on the internet is they all say, puppies ready to go, 8 weeks old, ready to go now, come and pick them up now. Okay, here's the thing. If you ring somebody up and they go, yeah love, I've got a French bulldog puppy ready for you, no problem, and you nip round. Oh yay, puppies, they're really cute. I'm gonna lie, you're gonna have to be strong here. And they're ready to go. And you hand this guy 600-700 quid and walk out of the door with a puppy. You have bought a puppy farm dog, you have bought a backyard breeder, you haven't bought a quality product. You just haven't. You've also paid in cash to a guy you've only got a mobile number for, and as soon as that litter is gone, you're never ever going to see him again. He's not going to pay any tax on his earnings. You're going to get no guarantees, no comeback, no feedback, and potentially end up with a really poorly dog on your hands. The other thing is, let's think about it. If you are breeding dogs, for whatever reason, eventually you're going to want to sell those puppies. So why would you only advertise them when they are 8 weeks old and ready to go now? Why would you not think about advertising them maybe a bit before that? Get people lined up, get some deposits paid, so when they are ready to go at 8 weeks old, you don't need to worry that you're going to be left with dogs that nobody wants. They're going to get them out of that cute puppy phase and they're going to be less easy to sell. You're going to line up your buyers. I mean, it's not like these people have no warning. When you decide you're going to breed from your bitch, you've got to find a suitable male dog. You've got to wait for her to come in season. Then they've got to mate. Then there is 8 weeks while she's pregnant. Then she has the puppies. And then there are a further 8 weeks before they can go. So to advertise right at the very end just seems ridiculous. Unless you haven't mated her. You haven't bred them. You have just paid a bloke off the back of a van from Romania 100 quid, 150 quid for a few puppies, which you then install in your living room and flog to the unsuspecting public. Okay, so that's why these litters are ready to go. So what you want to be doing is you want to find an advert where they say, puppies, 4 weeks old, come and view them. Okay, and you want to go to somebody's house. It has to be a house. Not a shed, not a garden, not a warehouse, not somewhere that sells hundreds of puppies, and absolutely definitely not a pet shop. Because pet shops, how do you think pet shops get a regular, reliable supply of puppy dogs in all the time? Do you think those puppy dogs are being carefully bred in somebody's kitchen to a bitch who's only mated maybe once or twice in her life and these puppies are loved? No. They are being imported wholesale from puppy farms in this country and abroad, stuck in a tiny little glass cage in a shop and sold to you. So no pet shops. Again, it shouldn't be easy to buy a dog. You shouldn't be able to walk in the door of a shop, pick up a dog and walk out again. So please don't support pet shops. Please don't support backyard breeders. Go to somebody's home. However, a lot of the puppy farmers now are wise to this bit of advice. So, and a recent RSPCA report has proved this. They've seen it happen. The puppy traders and the puppy dealers are renting family homes for short periods of time. They're moving a bunch of puppies in. They might even have realised the advice is now to see the puppies with the bitch. So there's probably a dog sort of mooching about that they're passing off as the bitch. I mean, when you're breeding all these crossbreeds, you can have any old dog in there because you can just go, oh, they look like the dad. And you're like, oh, there's the mummy, there's the puppy. Okay, here's £500, goodbye. No, that's not how it should work. So what you need to be doing is finding someone who is advertising a litter well before they are ready to go. You want to be going to see that litter while they are still dependent on their mummy. So you're seeing them preferably in a family home environment. If not, then in a very well looked after kennels. You want to see them with their mummy, you want to see them interacting, you want to see them maybe even suckling off this bitch. But if they're a little bit old for that, she must be there, she must be looking after them. And then you chat to the breeder and you ask questions. Oh my God, you ask questions. What are they fed? When were they wormed? Have they been fleed? Have they done any health testing? And the breeder should be able to answer them all. And if they can't answer them, you don't want their puppy because they probably didn't breed it. Then what you do is you walk away, you say goodbye. You go, oh, that's a cute little puppy. You might even say, yeah, we'll have one of them. And some breeders will ask for deposits and some won't. But you leave, you walk out of there, you go. And then you think about your decision. Because one of the big things that puppy farmers rely on is impulse purchases. Or you feeling sorry for the puppy. You know, sometimes they might not make much of an effort with their care and attention because they know people are more likely to buy a dog, which is just crazy, more likely to buy a dog if they feel sorry for it. So if the puppy looks a bit scruffy and a bit scrappy and a bit worm-ridden, people are actually more likely to hand over hundreds of pounds in cash and take it away. And then they come to somebody like me and say, oh, really, I rescued it. And I'm like, no, you didn't rescue it. No, you didn't rescue it. You bought it. You bought it. And you gave money to those people. And they will swan off into the sunset and they will do it again and again and again. And the puppy, your puppy might be okay. Yay for your puppy. Fingers crossed. But its mum won't. Its mum's stuck in a shed somewhere in deepest, darkest Latvia, being bred again and again until she can't breed anymore, and then they knock her on the head and replace her with another dog. Just don't do it. Please, 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 please. Just don't do it. And if you feel that you need to rescue a dog, don't buy it. Walk away and phone the RSPCA. Or phone someone. Phone Trading Standards. They would love to know about people trading puppies for cash in their area where no one is actually paying any tax or going by any registration or regulation. Okay, so you've found a breeder, you've been to see a litter, you've seen them at 4 or 5 weeks old, you've watched them interact with their mother, you've asked loads of questions, you've seen the bitch, because let's not forget that behaviour is really heritable. So if you meet the bitch and she barks at you or seems a bit aggressive or a bit nervous and shy, you're going to have puppies like that. What you want is you want a mummy dog who's really relaxed and chilled. Come and see my babies, aren't they cute, aren't they nice? Yes, I'll kiss them and lick them so you know I'm their mother, but she's a nice dog. You also want to make sure that they've all been health tested. You also want to make sure that the breeder is well up on giving you answers about what they're eating and what they're wormed with and how they've been fleed and all of that health thing. Then you go away and you think about your decision. Because thinking about it is important. Buying a puppy is a big decision. Then if you decide that you like the breeder and you like the puppy, you go back again. And maybe this time you buy them and bring them home. Maybe you just go back and look. Okay? You are not buying a washing machine. You are not buying a dishwasher. You are not walking into Currys and walking out with something which, 5 years down the line, if it's knackered, you'll buy a new one. You are buying a new member of your family. This needs to be a big decision. You need to think about it. And it should not be easy. So that's how you buy a puppy. I have seen the fallout from people who haven't thought about buying puppies. I know there are hundreds of thousands of puppies in this country that are being bred in disgusting conditions in puppy farms by people who couldn't give a damn about them or their mothers. And then it is the new owners that end up picking up the pieces, the health problems, the behavioural problems, the issues that these dogs have. If you're going to sift through all that dross and find a well-bred, well-socialised, properly looked after puppy, it is going to be hard. It's going to take a while. You're not going to be able to find one on the internet and have it fall into your living room within 24 hours. But you shouldn't be able to do that. It shouldn't be easy to buy a puppy. It's hard. But if you do it properly, you do your research, you should end up with a healthy, happy, well-balanced, well-behaved new member of the family. And why isn't that worth the effort? Okay, thanks for listening, everybody. I probably have rambled on and on a lot, but I hope you can tell this is something that I feel really passionately about. I'm going to write in the bottom box below like a little potted guide, sort of a summary of what I've said, and I'm going to do a few more of these videos. So if you've got any questions that you would like me to answer, any subjects you'd like me to cover, I'm also going to do some how-to stuff as well. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, tell your friends, add a comment, let me know what you think. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!